The fact that I'm recording this after organizing a whole side of a storage unit for my Hearts of Gold proves that I'm definitely busy. Yay! Let's do it. Let's do it. This is July 19th, and it is Happy Bee Day. Now, bees are definitely a part of my life, have always been a part of my life. I hope they're a part of your life. This is going to be one of the shorter versions of our Celebrating the Day series. Now, I had said something a couple days ago. I was like, okay, so if I do this for every month for the next 12 years, then I'll catch up. Well, I'll probably speed it up. I'm not going to do that. So, like, I might hit December, and then I might roll around for March, and then I'll hit October, and then in 2027, I'll have 4 months, and then in 2028, I'll have the whole year. You know what I'm saying? So that's how I'm gonna do that. I was like, no, ma'am. Okay. Because I wake up every day and I look and see on the interwebs what day it is today. It's never any one thing. It's whatever I'm choosing to talk about. Like one of the days was Chocolate Day and Shark Week. You know what I mean? So I chose Shark Week because I'm watching it. So welcome back, Hearts of Gold. How was your day? How was your year? How was your life? I hope you are here for the wellness of it, because that's I'm looking right now. Now I did I can't even remember when my last haul was, because we're changing that up too, so I don't have to do that anymore. I don't feel like I have to do that. When I go shopping now, Hearts, I shop, I come home, I consume. I take the things out the bag. I don't try to save them for a show. But I will do two more. I'll do one, I believe I have it scheduled in October, and now I'll do another one. I believe I have it scheduled in October, November, December, January, February, March. March. Okay. And then after that, it's going to be something different. But yeah, why not? I think I've shared as a content creator for the last 5 years as a YouTuber, right? And all my videos are available on the membership. But I've shown you kind of all the things that I consume, that I like, that my taste gravitate towards. I've shared that already. So for me, because I know me, I could have never been a reviewer. I could have never been a Bath and Body Works channel holder. I know after 2 or 3 years I get bored and I want to move on. And then I'd be like, oh, okay, now I'm out of a channel, because that's all I'm supposed to talk about. No. That's why over on my about page I have whatever I want to. Right? Because isn't that real life? For me it is. So after I finish this episode, I will be having a cup of tea with wildflower honey from California. I'm going to have my dinner. I'm going to have a little dessert snack. I'm going to organize my single wick candle. Write them. When I say organize, Hearts ago, for instance, I just finished doing my 3 wick, because I don't want to touch them no more. I just want to put them in a box, ship them off. That's it. I'll see you when I see you. Okay. But if I keep not knowing what I have, what's the point? So what I did, I organized them per season, like the busy bee I am. And I love I love flowers. I love gourmand foodie scent. I love wood and leaves and cinnamon. I love everything as long as the combination is right. I even love the weird ones. Okay. They had I even like the ones leather and whiskey, brandy and smoke. I even like those. Right. And I'm not that candle creator. Well, maybe one day. That was a Freudian slip. But I'm not that candle collector where I have to have 5 of the same thing. No, I even made the mistake of buying one of the same thing 2 or 3 times only because I love what it looks like. I love the labeling. I love knowing, oh, I'm going to use this when I get here, or I'm going to use that in this holder, or I'm going to use that in this room, or I'm going to use that during Christmas. So I organized them. Okay. I have equal amounts of each season. Okay. We're talking busy bee here. Of course it matters. We're having our tea with our honey, and then we'll talk about some bees. But I'm going to talk about what I did today because that's what I can do on my channel, right? So I organized them per holiday and season wise. Okay. So I have Christmas. I have about 24, 1, 2, 3, 24 for each season. So I have close up to 100 candles. Okay. Probably will have more by the time I move. But I have spring, I have summer, okay. I have Halloween with maybe 5 fall candles. Well, no, I have fall candles, maybe 5 Halloweens. That's what I meant to say. I have Christmas. And I have my particular sense. I love watching the videos where people organize their 500 candles because that gives me my life and it's just enjoyable. But I'm not that. I'm happy going to the store, sniffing them and putting it right back on the counter going, that's cute, but not for me. Now, there are 10 candles I know I'm buying. I don't even care what they smell like. I just like the way they look. So I'll be doing that next payday. Oh, yes. And then where did I end up? I have Christmas candles. I have a couple Thanksgiving candles. I have Halloween candles. I have fall candles. I have spring, summer, and I also have decorative candles. What do I mean by that? I have uh Valentine's, 6 Valentine themes, okay, where you can decorate with them. I have 6 blue jean candles, meaning they'll live in the blue jean room. And I have 6 my girly bathroom candle because I have a pink, gold, and oyster gray bathroom. Okay. So yes, I think that's it. And I know I have a few here and there. I have 2 shows I have to do for the SAS Bath and Body Works over my art and craft channel. So I have those bags organized, ready to go. They're in the chair in my crash pad because I'm like, nope, if these come home with me, forget about it. And then I have my last use it up video over on Art Craft channel because after that I'm just going to do shorts because shorts is a thing now. It's working. I see everybody's doing it. I'm on board, so I'll be doing that. But it's a huge bag. It's been 6 months I've been collecting this stuff. It's in the garage. It's probably all types of spiders in there. I don't even care, but I'm going to do it. And then I'm going to do those 2 shows for my other channel. I have to upload 2 videos. I have to finish my Pride Parade video, and I have to finish my second SAS shopping. I have a third. It's not called SAS anymore, semi-annual sale. It's just called summer sale. So we're going to do that after the first because me and my good Judy are going to go to an outlet. So that's going to be fun. And then I can start my beauty content. I'm super excited. I've been getting so much love and encouragement, and people are so happy now that I'm not beefing. We're just beauty now. I'm so happy. My body is happy. My chi is happy. My energy is happy. My mind is happy. My physical is happy. My everything is happy. Vibe is happy. I'm not even listening and paying attention to that stuff because I don't have to do that anymore. I'm just looking forward to newness and nowness and meanness and taking care of my hearts. You, class culture. That's all. And then if I grow, yay. But definitely when this is my full-time job, obviously I will grow. Of course I will grow because it's going to be a new audience. I've reached out to other content creators they say, absolutely, we'll help you. Absolutely, I'm subscribed to you. Absolutely, I watch your show. Absolutely, this is what you should do. So I'm ready for that. What else I want to say? That's it. But I'm also proud that I'm taking this time right now to do this. That would be crazy to try to do. Okay, take a sip. I'm getting thirsty. Take a sip. Mhm. Mm. That would be crazy to try to do all of that in 1 month, in 1 week by myself during a time I should be celebrating. Can you imagine? Oh, let me pack these boxes and then in 2 days, let me go have my retirement party and look fabulous. No, it's too much. So I'm spreading it out. It was important for me to take today off. And I'm going to take a couple more days, here and there. I already have all my vacations on lock. This is it. This is it. Okay. Make no mistake who you are. Okay, this is it. This is it. So, and even my boss was like, okay, yeah, this is it. Last 6 months. We're not even going to count the first couple months in next year because you retire in March. But he was like, in whatever holidays, sick time, paid days you get, we're just gonna have to tack it in on the end of whatever your last day is. So I'm thinking the whole month of April of next year is gonna be paid, baby. Okay, so somebody that I know and that I love and I adore is having a meet and greet. So I'm like, yes, that was right on time because I'm taking my retirement trip before I actually leave my work, which is smart. And that's going to be February. Then March is my birthday month. And then their meet and greet. And then retirement in May. And I'll probably have some type of retirement event. Yes. In the Bay Area. Okay. So if not April, May, June. Why? Because after that, July is the 250th, birthday for USA. I'm going to be military. They're already planning things. They're already getting veterans together. I'm already gathering my uniforms. I have to gather 2 uniforms. I have to get them all in correct order. I'm going to get new, busy. I'm going to get new medals. I'm going to get new everything. I have my old uniforms in storage, so whatever. I don't even know if I fit them. I'm the same size, but you still have to look good. We were always changing. So it's going to be 2 uniforms. It's going to be my military Air Force dress and my military Navy dress. But since it's the summer, it's going to be in the whites. Yay! I timed that right. And I'm head to toe. Okay. Shit, now that was some songs. Okay. And then I want to take a picture because I was admiring when the queen took her picture and had her oil painting. And I've never had an oil painting of myself. My daughter has one. I made sure I got that in her wedding gown. Beautiful. Okay. I have that. It's on my wall. It's gorgeous. Uh, so I'm thinking I want to do that. And when I get my master's degree, I definitely want to do that as well. So, and what uniform? I don't know. My friend was asking me which uniform. I haven't decided. They think I should do it in my Navy because it's all white. So I don't know. And that'll be in honor of my mom. I'm so glad my mom was alive to just celebrate all of my moments. And I know she's here because she told me she'd be right here. But even up to the point where she ascended, she knew exactly what was going on. She knew I was in film school. She knew what was coming next. She was good. She was like, okay, I got to go. But it would be so good if she was here. But that's okay. It's gonna be all right. It's gonna be all right. I hope my aunties can hang in there because they up there in age, y'all. But I know I won't be able to visit anybody. I'm not going anywhere until next year. I don't have to. I'm about taking care of Gigi Darling, being busy. So I have all these bags. Here's some ASMR. I told you where I work and where I volunteer, they have these bags. And at the end of what we do, sometimes it's just a pile of bags. And I asked them, can I have bags? And they're like, yes, what are you going to do with the bag, Deirdre? Because we know you. And I explained, I was like, for instance, if I have a bag of hats and I know I've organized them, I know I've cleaned them and they're ready for shipment, I put them in a bag so I don't have to keep touching, so I don't have to wonder. So let's just say I open up my storage unit, everything's in the bag, I'm good, I'm done. So about 60% of everything is in a bag, or it's tagged, or it's in I got a new box. A box. Because you know how you grocery shop and you see a box, you're like, oh, can I have that? I go, yeah. Because then when you're at the U-Haul stage of moving, everything goes in a box. So I'm good. It's not that aesthetically pleasing, but I'm good. I'm not buying any plastic bins. And if I buy them, they're going to be industrial, okay, equipment grade, because those plastic bins are trash. Or I get the ones that are small and you can hand. I used to want to get the larger ones, but they are trash. They get brittle, they get squashed, they get squeezed. They're a waste of money. So if I buy any, I saw some I'm going to put on my wish list because some family members are like, okay, holidays are coming. Put whatever you want on your wish list. And, you know, for instance, if a family of 4 want to put in $30 each, they can get me 6 industrial bins. And then once I move, I can use those bins again on my film sets. You know what I'm saying? Reuse, reduce, upcycle, fill in the blank. So that's my next thing. Buying not cardboard boxes, because that's the last thing you buy right before you U-Haul, you know, for your books and what have you. But and I also want to shout out to Northern California. I love living near an air base because you get all the same bennies, enlisted or not, retired or not. And the movers are the best. They will put, if they find you earring dropped and you're outside doing something and they move it and they ain't got time to ask you, they'll pick up that earring, put it in stuffing and put it in a box. They pack everything. Okay. And they love me. It's going to take them about 2 hours here, 2 hours driving, and 2 hours unloading all in one day. Now it's up to me to unpack it. They have unpacking services too, but I ain't that old chap. I was my mom's unpacking service, but no, I don't need that. I want to touch my things and place them and love on them and endure. Okay, whatever is coming. But yeah, I have to plan. And this is part of the plan. It's part of being a busy bee, taking care of what's coming. Now, Having said all that, and it's exciting, I'm excited. I did get a little uh, long-winded when I'm happy, but I am happy. It's exciting. It's happening, and it's wow. This time next year, Hearts, I'll be doing something full time on YouTube, on camera, in a studio. So that's exciting. Yeah, I had to pull back because I knew I was changing direction. Shout out to all my subscribers, my day ones. Shouts out to the viewers. Please help people like me subscribe to us when we want to do something different. Don't think just because you're not subscribed, YouTube is not giving us our money. They're giving us our money. Don't think just because you're not subscribed, you are a detriment. No, I just watched a channel that had 200 subscribers and all their videos are 100,000 and above. So I don't know, Harsigo. I get, it's like, I'm just sick of it. They'll be subscribed to CNN, but they won't subscribe to every Black content creator on YouTube. It's just that part I'm not going to engage anymore. That's why I'm going to do uploaded videos. I'm doing my own commercials. We're doing our new intro because we can't keep saying that over and over again. Good grief. I want you to subscribe. I want you to watch, but my life is fantastic. It was be fantastic before YouTube. It's going to be fantastic after. Stop it. They really, really, really need to do YouTube, Google, love you. But I think if people come to your channel, Hearts Ago, I think they should make them subscribe. I really do. Or they should subscribe them and people should take their subscription after if you suck. Okay? Or something. I don't think people who break YouTube rules should have subscribers. I think YouTube is up to something. Be careful, y'all. Hey, YouTube told these people, because they thought they were going to be slick Hearts. They were going to put their TikTok content over here. They thought they were going to get YouTube check. YouTube said, eh. Then the AI came and YouTube thought they were going to be slick. It was going to make fake stuff. Google said, eh. And all this time, all this shutdown, all this energy, all these years, our films have been doing just fine. So I've always been in that lane of, yay, I'm just skipping down the street, meeting new people, making new friends, massaging my algorithms, doing whatever I want to do. And if it's against the law, I got to choose not to do it. People are weird on YouTube. Bees go to the beehive to make honey. Bees migrate and do what they do best in the environment. Bees don't live where it's bad, wrong, or they can't eat or feed, or there are no flowers or sun, happiness and water and pollen. Bees, like Gigi Darling, are very productive, are very smart, are very connected to the environment and the universe. That's why it's a good symbol. It's royalty uses the bee as a symbol. Okay, I'm trying to sit up straight, y'all. The older y'all get, the older you get, your body is just weird. It just wants to, lean over like, nope, 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 nope. But bees, I remember watching, because it's QVC holiday season on TV, Christmas in July. And I remember watching Joan Rivers. You can still see her on YouTube. And she would sell her jewelry. And she had so many bee pendants. I know if I wanted one, I could find one somewhere. It's just, brooches are not my thing, but they're pretty. I have a few, but I really don't wear them that much. I don't go out that much like that. I know when I'm retired, I will. I'll have the time. I'll have the time, Hearts to go to my favorite jazz club every 2 weeks because I'm not working. I'm not exhausted. I'm not tired. Or when we're not filming. You know what I'm saying? So, but she loved the bee. She loved the symbol, the royal folk used it, wax, candles, just like horses we talked about, bees, honey, wax, okay? For the candles, that's how we lit our way, you know, fire, okay, nature, okay. So when I think of bees, that's what I think of, health. Honey is a natural. I have to have a spoonful of honey every day, whether it's in tea, whether I drizzle it on toast. Sometimes I'll drizzle it on certain foods. I love honey. I always have honey. I have a honey, I buy the big one from Trader Joe's. Yes, in the honey bear. Shout out to Bear. I have one in the freezer. I always have one in the refrigerator, and I always have one on the counter, room temperature. Okay. And I always keep it in a Ziploc. My house is not, when people come to visit, I make it pretty. But when it's just me, it's not that aesthetically pleasing because I have everything in a plastic something or other, or I have it in a bin. Look, we live in country. I'm not going to say the whole word, so you never know. And it's summer. Animals and critters get hungry too. If you leave one little drip of honey somewhere, forget about it, right? So that's sort of like honey is, I don't really cook with honey, but I ingest it raw. It doesn't have to be mixed with anything. Like I said, I can put it on toast. I can put it in my tea, or like I said, I can do a spoonful, and I taught my kids that. I'm almost sure they are still engaged in that. I'll check in on them to make sure, because honey is a natural medicine. Okay, do your research. I'll put that down in the description box. I already have a few things in there already. But so what are my, I only got what 10 minutes ago. What are my story times? Really honestly, not a lot. I think if I have a big backyard, I will probably have a beehive because I'm not afraid of bees. I've been stung by bees more than once. My story time is when we were living in Germany and my children were playing on the balcony. And I always, because I hated the fact that we lived so far up, but I was like, kids got to, I can't take them out all the time, but they can play on the balcony. But I had eyes on them. If I had to go to the bathroom, everybody left the balcony and we went to the bathroom together. But you got to teach the kids how to behave wherever you live, right? So I made sure their little rabbit was out there, or little bird was out there, and whatever flower pot or plant they chose was out there. And it was their little space. And they had little fun, and they could have their little toys. And they did have a little paddle pool where they could just put their little feet in and splash, splash, splash. So it was fun. So one day the phone was right there by the door, and I'm watching them. I think the door was always even open. And twins are busy. So you don't tell them, you watch them. That's what I learned about being a mother of twins. You watch them and you engage. When you have one child, it must have been a luxury, because then I could see how you could tell them. I think that's why my children are who they are today. It wasn't me telling them, it was me engaging, guiding, and learning them. Is that a word? Growing them, guidelining them, because they were always their own people. I never had to mold my children. They were just beautiful human beings I gave birth to. They're in my life. They're my jewels. We won. Okay. They're still here. Not on everything. Okay. Life is hard. They were never hard. Life was hard. Things happened to us. We didn't do anything for things to happen to us. That was always our story. But here they are playing on that balcony. And I remember seeing that bee. Every time I watch Bridgerton, I'm like, that's that bee. Oop, I got to plug in my phone. Give me a second. Give me a sec. See, that's the only thing about doing stuff on devices. You got to keep your eyes and ears open because you don't want to go. Boop. I wonder what happens if your phone dies when you're live on YouTube or when you're recording like now. Here, my plug fell. Does it stay live and click back in? That's happened to me so many times on my laptop because it's so old. But anyway. And the phone rang. And I saw it. It was a big, in Germany, they had a big bees. You could grab them in your hand. Big bumblebees. Which bumblebees are cute. You want to play with them. I'm going to end this with my story time as a little girl. So it was and the kids go, and they ran in the house. So I'm like, yay, I taught them well. Get away, run, close the door, wait till he leaves, go back outside. And they had did that. And I remember the phone rang. It was right there in the kitchen. I could peek over in the window, see them on the balcony. And I don't know who called, but in Germany, you had to pay for the call. When the call came in, they paid for it, so you answered it. It was a courtesy thing. This is way back in 1988, 88. So they were 2 and 3. So I'm on the phone talking, and I'm telling you, a split second, all I heard was my daughter cry out in pain. And by 2 and 3 years old, as a parent, even as a sibling, people's cries, their whimpers, their wants, their sighs, their sounds, But I had never heard this before. And I dropped the phone and I ran out, and the bee was on the ground. And she was just, oh, the world, and I grabbed her and I knew exactly what happened. The bee got her. So I picked the bee up. I couldn't find the stinger. They say keep the stinger, or if you see the stinger, pull it out. I couldn't find the stinger. I grabbed the bee. Luckily, it was the bee stung her, but didn't leave anything. But she had hit it so hard, she stung him, knocked him out, but I grabbed him and we went straight to the VA, which was on base. And we were there in less than, 15 minutes. The only thing I could think to do was get a piece of ice. And they were already dressed. We were just out the door. A piece of ice. I put it in a little container. And then I gave Marcus a napkin. You have to give him something to do. He's the man of the house. Daddy was at work. I think he wrapped it in like a little piece of plastic to put on the sting. Because I was like, well, you don't really want to put anything on it. But he has to help her. So she whimpered and cried, and she was okay. And we got there. Everything's fine. She just got stung by a bee. That's all. I didn't go to jail. She didn't get yelled at. Everybody hugged and loved each other. I probably bought candy and soda, and we watched 15 movies, and they got a new toy. But I felt so bad. I was like, oh my God, what? It was like, it's a bee. And the doctor was like, he said they were out playing. They were happy. Did you just give them a bath? Did they just eat? Did they have candy? They had to have something sweet. I said, no. And I'm telling him the whole day in the routine, I couldn't think. And, the kids are paying attention with their big doe eyes. Oh, I love my baby twins. They're so cute. And I said, you know what? There's a flower pot. He was like, there it is. It had to be something in the vicinity. He wanted it. That silly bee, he's talking to the kids, got lost. And she probably got in between the plant and the bee, and he was hungry, and he got her right on the back of her elbow. I think it was her left, right there, right before it bends. He just got her right there. Okay. And she knocked it off. And he was like, that's the best thing. Good for you. Good girl. Because the stinger didn't even get moment to get embedded. And so the doctor opened up the little plastic thing where we had the bee, and he squoze it, and a little stinger was in there. Ew! But yeah, he was so. And then this is the cute part of the story. He put the bee back into the silly little container, and he told Monique to come over. He said, "Stomp on that bee, get that bee," and she stumped on that bee. And he was like, "Now be very careful. Be mindful." I'm not trying to Freudian slip, pun intended. But that was another teaching moment for doctors and children and adulting and parenting. Be mindful of nature. Okay. Just know that sometimes nature's gonna win. Now, my story when I was a little girl, I've gotten stung twice that were memorable. I've been stung more than that because I used to hike a lot. The first time when I was a little girl, I'm out back with my brother, and he's out there playing in our favorite tree, and he has a bee in a container. And I'm out in the back with him, and I'm like, "What y'all doing?" And they're like, "We got a bee." So I'm a little girl, and I'm like, "What y'all gonna do with it?" So his friend came running in the backyard, and he had string. So the first thing they did, just think of it as a little Tupperware container. So they took the container and they shook it real hard, like horrified as a little girl. But they had to sort of knock it out. And then they put water in there. I guess the brother saw somebody else do it, so it wasn't that harsh. So they put water in there to revive him. And before they did that, they tied the string around the bee, y'all. Y'all, when that bee woke up, my mama looked out that window. She said, if you don't let that bee go. We had a pet bee for like 10 minutes. We were playing with the bee. So I think that was be kind, pun intended, getting back at me. Like, how dare you? We had captured a bee. And he tied it where it wasn't tight, but eventually the bee was trying to get away. He would have worked his way out of it. Girl, what's wrong with kids? So my daughter here we are playing with that bee. Yes, my brother had got stung many times. My daughter got stung. Marcus probably like, don't come around here. I don't think he's ever been stung. And as an adult, I was stung too. I had to go to I was embarrassed too. I had to go to an event during film school. And I was like, I'm leaving my car at the campus. I'm just going to get on this bus and go. And the bus stop where I had to stand, bees everywhere. So I stood away. And then when I saw the bus come up, you walk up to the bus. Obviously, he can see you there. He's going to stop whether you're at the bus stop or not. So I got on the bus thinking I'm safe, y'all. So I'm like, doo-doo-doo, and I'm sure I had headphones. I have headphones everywhere I go. Okay. Minding my own business. I was on that bus for a good 30 minutes. Then my stop was coming up. So, I started just preparing, getting together. And I had on long pants. Okay. Next thing I know, I looked down because I felt something on my right knee. But I looked down and I didn't see anything. Headphones. I'm vibing the music. I'm like, oh, okay, maybe it's just an itch. So I look back up and I go to scratch my knee. Baby, it was hot. It was invasive. It was painful. It was pierced. It was stabbing. I jumped up, scared the whole bus, pulled my pants down. Thank God I had drawers on. I didn't even have no panties, G's, or nothing like. I would thank God I wasn't commando. But That bee was so big, he had bit me. I grabbed it and I threw it down. People were like, "Oh my God, are you okay?" Because people were like, we knew something was wrong and didn't have nothing to do with you. It wasn't a crazy jump up and shout. It was a something's hurting me. Oh my God. And it was like a hornet bee, like the one in this avatar. Oh, he got me good. And it just made me itch. It was hot and itchy. I was like, no, I'm okay. I'm okay. Somebody had a alcohol wipe, and I was like, thank you so much. They were like, are you allergic? The bus driver had stopped and everything. Everybody was so nice. I said, you know what? I think I'm gonna be okay. I'm going somewhere with a bunch of people. I do feel a little hot. I feel itchy now talking about it. I said, I do feel a little hot. I don't feel faint. This is where I'm going. And bus driver got back on the road and we were fine. But I was in pain. They were like, and you know, people are nice. So the people close to you, around you, start talking about bees and, you know, I was drinking my water and everything. And this was maybe 2016, 2015, 2016. Baby, after that meeting, and I just sat there. I didn't have to talk or anything because I had to be at the meeting because it was a classroom assignment thing. And I didn't have to do anything. I just had to be there. I got home, y'all. I put all type of medication. I didn't feel like I needed to go to the VA. I slept. I don't know what that bee did to me, y'all. I slept for a day and a half. It felt so good. And I didn't even go to school the next day. I told the teachers what had happened. It was like a no big deal class. The teacher was like, yeah, just stay at home if you don't feel good. See, because we were emailing and calling and FaceTiming each other. You know, we were film students. We know how to get in contact with each other. So that was cool. But when I told them what happened, they were like, shoot, I've been stung. I've been chased. I've been bit. I didn't caught a fever because when you're filming out in different environments, hard to go. Can you imagine people who film for Nat Geo and Discovery and they're in the swamp and they're swimming and they're okay out in nature? But why them bees still mad at me? It's I don't know. It's not a curse or anything, but it's like, God, why? I'm not afraid of them either. It's only when I can't see them. I think that's the same thing what happened to my daughter. They were fine, even when the bee come around. But when you don't see them, they want to land on you. Now, I didn't have no plant or flower near me, but I was smelling good too. I was like, yeah, he smelled that smell good. I was clean. I was fresh. I was happy. It was warm. How he must have crawled up under. Okay, I'm itching. He must have crawled up under my pant all the way up my leg. And why bite me after? You knew you small. You got one stinger. You know whatever you sitting on is bigger than you. You gonna lose. You gonna die. And I tell you what, I kept that bee. Because I said if I wake up and my head is swole, then I'm gonna go to the VA. But if I wake up and I'm just okay and I survived it, baby, I did survive. I stumped on that bee so hard. No, ma'am. No, sir. I mean, I don't have no problem with bees. I love the honey. I even love wax. They sell it in the craft stores. I love to decorate with it. Okay. I love wax soy candles now, but I love wax candles. I love everything the bees do. I love what they do for nature. But no, ma'am. If I can't see that little sucker, it's going to get me. It wants to land on me. It wants to be in my storyline. Okay, just go away. Bugs really don't bother me. You can't really get rid of them. Like I like having the window open when I'm gone from work. And then you come home and at night you close the door and then you know, it's like, why are you in here? You got the whole universe. But if I would say every 4 or 5 years, I get stung by a bee. Ever since I was a little girl, I can't help it. So that's basically, I'm here to celebrate them, but be careful. Stay busy, stay healthy, honor Mother Nature. But man, if you've never felt a bee sting, you're lucky. Okay? Talk to you later.